Hi, and welcome to Astro Bites for Saturday, the 31st of August. Where did this month go? It'll soon be Christmas at this rate. And it's still 2024. But soon it'll be 2025. Oh dear. Well, anyway, so today's energy and the word for the day, remember, stick around to the end of the video for the word for the day. It kind of ties in with the word that we had yesterday, which were like two words, jealousy and envy. Anyway, stick around for that. Today, the moon is in Leo, so it's still in this fixed and fiery energy. So we may find, because Mercury has now gone direct in Leo, that we are feeling a little bit kind of het up, a little bit frustrated. Things just aren't kind of perhaps panning out the way we wanted. You know, we're heading into this enormously powerful energy, which starts really on Sunday, tomorrow, the 1st, when we have both Uranus and Pluto doing amazing things, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow. But let's stick with today, because this is almost, again, what we seem to get. We get this build-up of energy where we get a few days of really intense astrological energy, which we're going to be getting for like Sunday, Monday, next Tuesday, Wednesday. And then what we get is this kind of calm before the storm. So it's as if the cosmos very carefully helps us to kind of prepare ourselves, gives us some breathing space. So what I've done is I've just taken a point in time for today's chart, and I've gone for basically 5 o'clock in the morning in Europe. And I think what's interesting is the ascendant is in Leo, and so we wake up feeling quite determined about things, quite, we want to get out there and do something. We want to be the center of attention. We want someone to talk to us. We want some energy going on. And what's interesting is that both Mercury and the moon are in the 12th house of this chart. So there's something here about us feeling, oh gosh, we want to kind of make the effort to be bright and sparkling and vivacious, but it's as if something's holding us back. And I think it's that energy of Saturn in Pisces, retrograde in Pisces, which is in the 7th house. And Saturn is squaring Jupiter still, remember. So we've got this energetic pull of Jupiter that wants to expand everything, Saturn that's holding back and saying, no, it's not the right time. So it feels like what this chart says to me is there is some frustration and impatience. Now we might see this with news events that are happening on the world stage, because there is this energy in this chart of Uranus, which is absolutely in Taurus conjunct the midheaven of this chart, making what happens on the world stage today as if something comes out that is sudden, shocking, a surprise. It brings in the energy of it's something we hear about a company to do with technology or internet outages. There is something going on today that is just undermining. It's like, I was going to say undermining energy, and it feels like we're kind of all being held back from something, or feeling we're on the brink of something coming or something happening that is big. Now that can be in our own personal lives as well as what we may see unfolding on the world stage Saturday. And I think what's interesting is we also have this clash between Mars in Gemini, and Mars is actually clashing with Neptune, retrograde in Pisces. I think there is something about illness, viruses, maybe it's something to do with what's been discussed recently about various problems that may come up about, you know, these kind of things that can be transmitted very easily. I'm being selective of my words. Interestingly, the moon is making a trine still to Neptune. So we have this energy too of the moon saying, it's as if there is a potential for, I think people are getting angry. I think that's really what I'm feeling. There's a sense of resentment and anger with the powers that be about having our freedoms restricted. Okay, I've got it now. That's what it feels like. Our freedoms being restricted. That's the moon and Mercury direct in the 12th house. The saving grace is that the sun in Virgo is in the first house. Therefore, this will shift. So even though we're feeling this kind of frustration at the moment, I think as the day goes on, as the day progresses, we will start to feel the shift in the energies. So that was a bit long-winded, but it was just, I don't know, it's just something I'm picking up. And I'm also picking up that there may be something happening over this weekend that is to do with volcanic activity again, earth movements, earth tremors, bad weather, big kind of storms that come, anything that is disruptive. There's disruptive energy around. Right, I'm going to move on to the word for the day, because the word for today kind of links on from what I was talking about yesterday with jealousy and envy. And what it is personalization. And you know, it's a really interesting word, personalization, because this is where we take something that we see about someone else, and we're constantly comparing ourselves to another. That so-and-so is nicer, prettier, more handsome, smarter, cleverer, more funny, more beautiful. And so that we are, this comes within the bounds or the boundaries of the unconscious envy. And what it brings up is that it actually erodes our sense of self-worth and self-esteem. So it's a form of distorted thinking. So if you find yourself, because sometimes our thinking gets lazy, if you find yourself constantly thinking about, I hate that person, they always seem to, I don't know, everything they touch turns to gold. Why doesn't that happen for me? And also they always make themselves look so nice, and I always look such a mess. And I wish I could be as popular as they are. All those kind of things where we compare ourselves to others. Don't you know you are unique? You have a light and a special soul that shines for all to see. There is no need to ever compare yourself to anyone else. We don't have to. You know, supposing you're in a situation where, let's say there's a situation, a triangle in a relationship, for example. You know, these are never situations that end well. And if you're constantly comparing yourself to the other person in the triangle, it won't serve you well. Because if the other part of the triangle chooses you or chooses them, it's not because you're better or worse. It's because there's something that the other person has that is better for where they are at the moment. And that's where we take things personally and think, you know, he, she didn't choose me because I'm rubbish, because I'm this, because I'm that. It's not that at all. It's just that we all get to different places in our lives, and within those different places that we get to, we have to sometimes just let go and know that if the universe removes something or someone from our lives, it's making way for something that we do deserve, that we are deserving of. So I want to end with another quote today, which is by a lady called Mary Schmitz, and I don't know if I've pronounced her name right. So it's SCHMICH. So apologies if I've pronounced it wrong. Might be Schmick, I don't know. Anyway, what she said, which I think is really true, is don't waste your time on jealousy. Well, that's like personalization, okay? Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long. And in the end, the only race we run is with ourselves. So as you know, my very special friend Jerry says, slow and steady wins the race. Have faith and trust the divine has your back and only wants what's good for you. Right, on that note, I will say farewell for today. I will be back tomorrow with another Astro Bite. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I really look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.